All right, hey everybody, this is Kevin, and welcome to my quick presentation here. And what we're going to be talking about is helping purpose-driven investors scale into multifamily with confidence using what I've created called the S.A.F.E multifamily method. And what that does is just help you become a confident multifamily investor through a proven purpose-driven system. So let's jump in, and I'm excited to share with you guys what this is all about. So first of all, we're going to start with who this is not for, okay? And first and foremost, it's for people who have funds. If you don't have any funds available to potentially pursue real estate investments, then this is going to be very difficult for you to do. This is not a no money down scheme. I work with people who have liquidity and want to place their funds into multifamily investments. Second, this is not for people who don't have any real estate experience. The learning curve is going to be really steep getting into commercial real estate, multifamily investing. And so if you have a little bit, we probably could get you there, but without funds and without understanding, the learning curve is going to be tough. I would recommend doing a little work and effort into understanding real estate before you and I potentially work together. So next is going to be ego. This is a very tough business, and if you have an ego and think you're better than everybody, we're not going to get along, and you out in the marketplace is going to be really tough. This is a people business, so if you're impatient, if you're rude, if you lack character and you're trying to cut corners, if you don't have integrity and you're going to do the right thing when nobody's looking, this is going to be a tough business for you. If you're selfish and you just want and you're all about yourself and you can't think of others and don't have self-control, you're just wanting to get rich quick. Again, it's going to be really tough. We're in a people business. There are residents at these properties we have to take care of. There's investor dollars that we have to steward well. So with that said, it's really hard work. So if you're lazy, this is probably not for you. This isn't get rich quick. These deals take time. We'll explain that, but just want to say who this is not for. And if any of these things are you currently, that's okay. I would just jump off the call. It's going to be hard for you and I to work together, and you're probably just not ready to be at least in our potential program. So let's keep rolling. I'll tell you what, the people that I run into regularly are single family investors, and these are some of the common struggles they have. They're just experiencing burnout, and I have a client success story here in a second. I'll talk about that. They are confused about the difference between single family and multifamily, and they also have a lot of fear associated with it. They want to scale into multifamily, but they don't quite know what to do, and it's paralyzing them and holding them back with a lot of fear. They just want to learn everything they can before they jump in. And I'd say in multifamily, that's going to be impossible. But through the system I've created, we can take some of that fear and harness it so that you can push in on a step-by-step system so that you can get the confidence you need to pursue these deals. The next common struggle I see is people who've invested in multifamily deals with other people, either as a passive investor or in partnerships that didn't work out. And they're just really looking to trim some fat, if you will, to get a really linear system so that they can be successful on their next multifamily deal. They still like it, they still want to be in it, but they know there's a better way to do it. And that's what they're pursuing. Some kind of boots on the ground, rubber meeting the road, common struggles that I see for single family investors, real estate investors, as it relates to multifamily. You don't really understand multifamily. Maybe you don't know how to get deal flow. You don't know how to find these deals. Maybe you do, but you don't know how to evaluate them. Say, what makes this a good deal? Like, why should I be interested in this? Maybe you know how to do those two things, but you don't really know how to get the funding, the financing. And maybe you can put deals together and you have, but you don't really know the strategy once you have it. Like, what do I do? How do I execute this business plan to be successful? And I see that a lot. A lot of people have a little bit of knowledge in different areas, but they don't know the full package, right? The next common struggle, kind of cherry on the top common struggle, is there's gurus out there that have come out of other guru groups that are trying to teach people, and they just want you to invest with them. Maybe they lack ethics and morals. It's not really a community they want to be associated with. It's hustle culture, just grind, 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 instead of being patient and prudent. Some other things I see are decision fatigue. Like I said, we have fear. Maybe you've got 10 deals on your desk and you don't really know which one to do. You just have this, paralysis in your decision making. Uh, Another one I personally see a lot is tension between faith and wealth, right? And how do we get alignment between those two things so that you can align your finances with a more purpose-driven, you know, investment strategy? So these are some common struggles that I see, and yeah, we're just going to keep going. If that's you, then you're in the right place. So we're going to move into some success stories here. And I just want to start out by saying, hey, I'm not just some dude on the internet. I currently work at a large real estate brokerage firm, and I'm strictly focused on multifamily. I've been doing it 15 years. I love it. This is my career. I've been involved in over $1 billion of multifamily transactions personally, directly. I've been involved in another 3 billion on brokerage teams, kind of at arm's length, watching these deals happen. I've personally acquired over $180 million of multifamily deals in partnerships, and that's a little over 1,600 units. And I'll talk about a couple of those deals in a second. And I've helped others do the same. So let me show you what I do day in and day out. I mean, this is what I do. I live it, I eat it, I breathe it, and I love it. And I love helping others get into it as well. So, a client success story, my client Jacob, he was a single family investor and he had 30 plus single family rentals. He just bought them one by one. He would flip them, refinance them, hold them, rent them, and he was burnt out. He's a father of three. He's faith forward, involved in his church. And he came to me one day and just said, hey, man, like, I'm so tired of this, managing, renovating, all the things. I see what you're doing in multifamily. Like, how are you doing? Like, can you help me? Long story short, we started working together, and within a very short period of time, he liquidated his 30 plus single family homes. He had a little over seven figures, a little over $1 million in cash. And so we were able to take that cash and find him a property that fit our business model here that we'll get into. And it was a 54 unit deal. It's the photo on the top of the screen that you see. It was called Kaufman Place. When we bought it, it was okay. It was probably 85% occupied, needed some work. So he really, got his hands dirty, was there every single day, executed the business plan flawlessly in the middle of COVID, mind you. And in about 18 months from the time he acquired it, we sold it, and he 2x his investment. So he took his seven figures and doubled it. Well, of course, that's awesome. And he wants to continue to do that, doesn't want to pay taxes. So we started hunting for another deal. And in a very short period of time, he did what's called a 1031 tax exchange into an 84 unit deal, which is the bottom photo. And that property is called Townhouse West. He's had it right about 2 years. Executed again the business plan flawlessly. He is currently cash flowing a little over $10,000 a month, and the value of the property, he would 2x his investment. So he took his just at seven figures, doubled that, then doubled it again. He will have close to $5 million when the time is right for this to sell, all in a matter of about 4.5 to 5 years. The beauty of this current deal is he can refinance it, pull his initial $1 million out, and then go do it again, still holding this 84 unit deal and cash flowing at 10K a month. And that's the power of multifamily. Instead of having 30 single family homes, he has 84 all under one roof, the proverbial one roof. He's cash flowing and can go do it again. This is why I love multifamily. We can take people who are burnt out and tired, consolidate what they do and what they're really good at, and help them scale so that they buy back their time and can grow their nest egg and their wealth. So back to my experience, just want to share a couple of personal success stories. This is like the fourth or fifth deal that I personally did. It was called Maverick on the Loop. It was a 192 unit apartment community. You can see the before exterior and interior photos from when we purchased it. And then we've got the after photos of the office and the signage and then the interiors. We held it just at 2 years. The rents when we bought it were $664. When we sold it, the rents were $925, so almost a $250 rental premium for the interior renovations and nicer property that we provided to the community and residents. And the NOI, or net operating income, when we purchased it was $560, and at sale it was $664. So the NOI is how we value these deals, and that's what allowed us to 2.5x our money in 2 years. This is the power of multifamily and why people like you want to be in it, want to invest, and get going. I'd like to share this other success story. This is an anomaly in the market, but when you're out there and you're doing it, these kinds of deals present themselves. This deal is called Turtle Creek Village. You can see the before and after, super clean deal, nice vintage. It had been owned for close to 20 years by the same owner. We were able to acquire it. We added granite countertops, cleaned it up, is in a great location. And I will say we sold it at the peak of the market, so we held it, not even a year, and we were able to 4x our investment. Our investors were thrilled with this deal. You can see our rents were $700 when we purchased it. They were almost $1,200 when we sold it, and the NOI almost doubled. So you can see why there was so much value creation, why there was such a huge return. This will probably be the best deal I ever do. So not tooting my horn, just showing you, hey, these kinds of deals are out there. There are once in a lifetime deals that are just, man, there's not enough that I could have done to make that 4x return, but we did execute the business plan flawlessly. Because we were selling in a peak market, we ended up doing even better than we thought we would. So Jacob's story, these two deal stories, I have countless others. They are out there, and we can help you do that and jump in. So again, back to my story and how I got here. It's very important. I'm a transparent person. I want to be authentic. I didn't grow up with very much. My parents split when I was really young, and for a while we lived in a single family or a single wide trailer. But my parents worked really hard, and eventually we made it to the suburbs, which is great. So I'd like to say I grew up a middle class kid. I played sports. I excelled athletically. Not academically, though. I couldn't stand school. And towards the end of grade school, I fell in with the wrong crowd. I started substance abuse. And at 19, I was living at home. And one night, I hit rock bottom. I was messed up. I was messed up physically, emotionally, spiritually. And I just didn't want to go on. I was like, this isn't working. Right. And out of desperation, I just said a prayer. I said, God, if you're real, man, you got to take over because clearly this way is not working. And I need you to step in here. And I like to call the experience that I had a Holy Spirit moment, and something in me shifted at that moment, and I slept better that night than I had slept in years. And so because of that, over the course of about 30 days, I was able to get clean, cold turkey from anything I was doing. I was actually working a time delivering pizzas. I started working full time doing that and started saving a ton of money. And for me at the at the time, and I rolled in community college, and I've never looked back from there. It's been a lot of hard work, and I prayed for direction, and through that, I found real estate. And specifically, I was like, well, what's real estate on steroids? And it's multifamily. And so, with a lot of faith, a lot of passion, a lot of grit and determination, over these last 15 years, I've worked really, really hard. I've worked at top investment firms. I was able to earn a law degree that's a focus in wealth management because I didn't grow up wealthy, and I wanted to learn how to manage it. Once you get it, what do you do? How do you steward it? And through that, I've been able to close over $1 billion of multifamily deals just as a broker and an owner. And as I said, I've also personally acquired over 1,600 units worth over $180 million alongside my partners. I've seen the boom cycles, I've seen the bust cycles, and I've witnessed people change their lives dramatically. And I've also watched people lose a lot of stuff as well. So um, that's also given me a seat at the table to watch some of the largest apartment community owners in the nation scale and how they buy and sell deals and how they play the game. And so through all that, it's a lot of experience. And I was saying, how do I distill all this into a really linear path for myself to be able to pursue these deals and take risk off the table? And so I created this system that I call the S.A.F.E multifamily method. And so what S.A.F.E stands for is it's just a proven system to help investors like you and anyone really to source, to analyze, to finance, and to execute and exit, which are the same thing, multifamily deals with confidence and integrity. And so this is, a business. It's not just about numbers. There are people involved. And that's one of those things that I am passionate about. I'm passionate about people and helping others not only break into multifamily the right way. I don't want you to get taken advantage of because the dollars are so large in this business. There are sharks everywhere. And so if you can find a proven system to help take risk off the table and give you the confidence to go out into the marketplace, you will be able to create clean, safe communities for the residents that live there and quality investments for yourself, for your investors, your family, your partners, whoever. And that's what I'm passionate about. And I'll say, this is not easy. If it were easy, everybody would do it. Pretty much every time we close a transaction, we say, dude, if this was easy, everybody would be doing it. And so, but when you do it with integrity, it's worth it every step of the way. It's hard, it's rewarding, but it's not just rewarding financially. It can be rewarding personally, faithfully, emotionally, all of the things. So again, this is your intro to the SAFE multifamily method. Again, it stands for source, analyze, finance, and execute or exit apartment community investments confidently. I want to say this, no investment is safe, ever. Please hear me. This is really just a linear system that I tried to create that makes sense for you, for me, to be able to pursue these deals, okay? So again, it's not safe. Investing involves risk. You can lose everything. I've seen people do it. I have personally experienced loss on deals that I've invested in. So, what we try to do is be very prudent and do what we can and control the things that we can control. So I want to elaborate on the SAFE method more and, what it looks like for you. So source, you may be here right now, minimal deal flow, you're not really sure how to find great deals like the one that I did that was a 4X. And maybe you are, but like, hey, where do I get the best deals, right? Like I'm finding deals, but how do I get the best deals, right? But you could be here. You could get a constant spigot of new deals coming your way. They could be under the radar, off market deals, as we call them, and you can have confidence knowing, hey, this is a good deal and I really should spend some time on it, and confidence to know that you are seeing the best deals. Also, we want to teach you to analyze like a pro, right? Like the institutions of the world, the big owners, how they analyze these deals and why they want to jump on them. So right now you may be saying, well, once I find a deal, what do I do, right? Like, how do I know if this is going to work? Maybe you're just guessing, like, oh, I'll figure it out, right? An industry term that we hear a lot is back of the napkin. And well, how can I know very quickly that this is going to make sense or not? And maybe you know how to do that, but you have a spreadsheet that's kind of you've got from somebody else, and you're not quite sure that your spreadsheet is doing what you need it to do, or your analysis tool. But you could be on this side. You could be super confident in knowing, hey, in about 2 minutes, I can figure out if this deal's I need to continue pursuing this deal or not once you find one. Or, uh, you know, I want to know how the big boys do it. We can teach you institutional quality analysis, and the tool that we will provide does that. We can help you ensure through your analysis that it's a good deal and that you potentially should move forward, and also how you create value in these deals for you, for your investors, and obviously the marketplace. So you've sourced it, you've analyzed it. Well, now how do I put it together once I know, hey, I've got this good deal, I want to pursue it, right? Well, currently you're probably going, okay, well, how do these deals get done? How did these guys structure these big deals and purchase them? Should I use financing? Should I use investment partners and investors, as we say? Hey, what if I borrow too much? What happens? I've heard these deals are risky, right? So this actually is really the most important part of the deal, because if you over leverage or raise too much money, it can really hinder the outcome. And so what we can do is we can get you on this side. We can get you confident in understanding deal structures. We can make sure that you know how to use the right kind of debt, because there's several different kinds of debt financing you can use to purchase these deals, and when to use investors or when to raise money. We can get you in alignment with the borrowing risk. I'd say biblically, borrowing money is one of those areas that you need to be really cautious of. So we want to make sure that you're being a good steward, not only of the asset that you're potentially purchasing, but how to make sure that the amount of financing you're using is in alignment with that specific investment, right? Again, to understand prudent stewardship of this specific deal that you may or may not be buying, right? So we're going to make you a super confident in how to structure the deal. And lastly, and I always say it should work backwards. This should be the first, letter of SAFE, but really it's how to execute these deals and how to exit. Like, what's the exit strategy? How do we create the value so that we can continue to move forward in this business, right? So you're probably here right now going, well, what do I do once I buy this deal? I don't really know what kind of deal it is. I found this 30 unit deal. What do I do? You maybe have like fear of dealing with residents and management, maybe the lawsuits, things like that. And then even again, how do I know when to sell? What's the strategy? Right. And so what we can do is get you to this side. You can be confident in management, property management, and the business plan that needs to be executed for the specific deal. We can have purpose-driven, what we call asset management, which is managing the manager so that you're making sure that the business plan is being executed. Can also show you the legal protection best practices for each specific deal and yourself, so that you can shield risk there. And then when to exit and exit profitably, right? And the timeline. It could be a 12-month deal, it could be a 5-year deal, and we can get you comfortable and confident with the execution plan and the exit plan. So I hope that gets you excited. Again, source, analyze, finance, exit, execute, right? But here's really the truth. As I've said, no investment is ever really truly safe. This stuff involves risk, y'all. We're talking big dollars, big risk. We're borrowing money. And I will tell you this though, if you're tired of being overwhelmed or scared on how to pursue these deals and that risk, you're tired of like the latest fads, the overhyped gurus, you're being oversold by them, you're not sure if they have the experience, you don't really like their feel, then this S.A.F.E method can be your roadmap to transformation. It's not just about learning the system to do it, it's about becoming the confident investor so that you can go and continue to do it on your own. And with that, there's really two options, right? You can take what you've seen today, go try to figure it out. I'm sure you're sourcing deals, kind of analyze them, finance them, figure it out on your own, right? You can go watch YouTube, try to piecemeal everything, read the books that are out there. It's going to take you forever, right? You already know that because it already has. You keep starting and stopping and starting and stopping and second guessing. What do I do? Um, and that's painful because I've been there as well while I was trying to learn how to do all this stuff. Again, I've been doing this 15 years and it just takes time, or you can link arms with someone who's been there before and already walked the path, seen how the big boys have done it and had success, and created a system to get you where you're trying to go. You can link arms with a person who is value aligned with you, has your best interests at hand, and teaches you how to make sure that you aren't getting taken advantage of when you do go out into the marketplace. And with that, help you shortcut this learning curve that it takes in multifamily, right? So that you can take confident action and just get really clear on what you're trying to accomplish. So that's where I come in, of course. And as you've seen from Jacob and many others I've helped, go from burnout single family investors to become financially free multifamily owners and investors. And I've built a system that works. And I want to help you do the same as Jacob and these other clients that I have and myself. I've helped myself. And hopefully you can see how passionate I am about this, of helping others break into multifamily, really doing it the right way. Again, I just want to stress you don't get taken advantage of. There's so many sharks out there. They just want your money. They want you to invest with them. And you got to be protective of that because there's not one right way to do it, but there is a linear path if you follow, again, safely, can get you where you're trying to go. So if you're really ready to stop spinning your wheels and jump into the game, I'm very confident that I can help you get there. So what does it look like to work with me? This is one-on-one, directed with you to help you source, analyze, finance, and execute these deals confidently. So sourcing, we're going to help you get access to deal flow. You can see deals that we're seeing, how to create your own deal flow so that you can become a deal machine in any market that you're in. Deal review. Once you get a deal, we can review it with you to see if it makes sense so that you can be confident, and then ultimately getting you to become a lethal analyst so that you know very quickly if a deal works and what to pursue and what not to pursue. Deal structure, finance, how to best structure each deal specifically for the one that you are have on your plate that you want to work on so that you don't over leverage it and create more risk so that you can be confident in structuring these deals. And lastly, again, the execution and the exit strategy of the specific business plan, what type of deal you're buying and how to make it successful so that you don't even pursue it before you know what kind of deal it is. And before you even start your analysis, you'll say, I know it's this specific deal. This is a strategy that's going to affect my analysis. It's going to affect my financing and go from there. So you're also going to get all the tools, the documents, the resources that you need to safely and confidently pursue multifamily investments. And best of all, you get my network. I do property tours with people. I do an analysis and underwriting every so often to help you get confident in what you're doing, and many other things as well. So this is what it looks like to work with me. It's one-on-one directly with you. So again, we talk about this transformation, right? Right now, you're probably feeling not safe, which is unconfident, unfulfilled, stressed, skeptical, uneducated, and we can move you to feeling more safe about what you are trying to accomplish, especially in real estate. Confident, fulfilled, peaceful, again, passion, purpose, the things I care about, getting you educated so that you can go do this on your own in the future, be informed, and ultimately become a player, just a player in this business and a player on the field of multifamily real estate investment. So, again, to recap, S.A.F.E multifamily method, helping you source, analyze, finance, and execute uh, on these multifamily deals confidently so that you become a confident multifamily investor. So, again, if this is you, you have funds available, your faith forward, as you can hear, I talk about the Bible. That may make you uncomfortable. It's not the intent. It's just, that's how I live my life. If you're an eager learner, I'm always a consummate learner. So if you're eager to learn, if you're hardworking, if you have a growth mindset, it takes a lot of optimism to be in our business. If you're creative, don't have an ego, and you're purpose driven, which is caring about others, then this is for you. And so I would recommend booking a call. Let's hop on a call. Let's figure out where you are currently with your investments, with your business, and see if we can take you from, fearful, disoriented, not sure what to do next, to confident and ready to scale. So I sincerely appreciate you listening in here, watching, and I'm looking forward to visiting with you. Appreciate it.